Good morning. Because why teacher get am bapta. As I'm going to know, Yota, Mandela Abuja, was also by Roham, Super and Nene. Now, he said he's greeting his brothers and his sisters, and he wants to make give an information that Usugbe and where did he call again? Nkwe are fighting, something like that, that there's problem on the road. So this was, like I was saying, this is the message I got yesterday morning. And this thing was going on yesterday morning. And unfortunately, I was not able to post it. So I felt really pained that I was not able to post it. I just hope that, the casualty number was not too much, because the video that came with this voice note was really not good. It was someone that was on his way, and, he just finished there on the road. So I couldn't even watch it. I didn't want to share those kind of things again, because, it's just too much. It's too much for me. So I'm going to start all over again. I will play this video. Good morning. Because why teacher get am bapta. As I'm going to know, Yota, Mandela Abuja, was also by Roham, Super and Nene. Now, Kawabi, Ndakata, dear Bully Mama. So, Obunoga warm, Senabagoni Okozo, Sabagoni side down. And the guardian Super Yoko Maka, you are who Macando. I don't know what I'm boy. Bunanda Glare Canemun, Bunanda Glare Canemun. Any who one work in University. Police boy to Nibu. This is the security information. Security information. I have an Aboya Glary. No message out, toss our message, or Gavara, or everywhere. I individe Glary in Ebam. The boy Anamo, me boy, me boy, and given decide. This one engine Subayabi Budu. This one Subayabi Budu. What up in Yaba Moto Yaba Express who protect you see locals the simple. I mean, simple monosi Arabian Teche. Abata Gully. Yawana have an album Bamba Nisi Sube. Mabi Budu. And Bambana Beba. Bambana about is serious. What I mean by serious is serious. So I have not told Susia, Kogavara. For me to tell you, the boy I am the boy able to stand Susia very well, and I see on the Shabian Mamba. Now I have express. Because you have about a gleam of a talk with such which you have on agent. 2 1 2 1 Dalun. Any group one who work in University. I believe you go to Nibu, journey. So yeah, they said they were fighting each other yesterday. So I don't know what they are fighting about, and I don't know why. But it was yesterday, and yeah, trust me, the videos were really, really brutal. And I didn't want to share those videos. But I just said, since I'm live today, let me play the audio in case there's still wahala going there. So that anybody that's going through Anambra, you want to pass through that Nkwele Nnewi Road, that you should know, right, that there's a problem there. Maybe you should take the expressway so that you don't fall into the hands of the people that are having problem with each other. I don't know what the problem is, and I don't really know much about that landscape in that part, so I don't know much. But I just say, let me play this audio because this is live. This was happening yesterday morning. And man, if you see the videos, so many people that were on their way, they just finished their day yesterday. I don't know what they drag. I don't just understand what they go on. And now it's end by months. A lot of people may be running around, they don't know, they will go and pass that road, and that will be their end. I don't know what they drag. Yeah. Good evening, Mendes. I cite you, Clark, Uzo Amadio, I greet you. Ikechi, you're welcome. Yeah. So today we woke up to the information that is coming from Sierra Leone that there was an attempted coup, but they were not able to succeed because they wanted to take over the barracks that was very close to the presidential lodge. And they said that barracks
has all the weapon, all the armory, that if they were able to get hold of those armory, then they will be able to use it to defend anybody that may want to come and stop them. But they didn't succeed, and they said they don't know who they are, that the people that came to do that takeover. And I was even hearing in the news over the week that I think somebody was giving a comparison that Sierra Leone did election, everything went smoothly, they hand over, and we were even thinking that everything was good, not knowing that, of course, there are some people that are not always happy with, the way the election turned out, and it came to that end. But now there is peace, there is calm, relative peace, of course, because the military puts a curfew. That's the picture that I was showing you guys. There's a curfew right now in Sierra Leone and all everywhere in Freetown, especially in the capital. So that's what I was trying to show you guys in that video. And then there's another thing I wanted to talk about, about the ongoing demolitions that they are doing in Lagos. If I tell you that it doesn't hurt me, I'm lying to you. Like I've told you guys always on this my page, when I see those buildings being broken down and being pulled down, it hurts me to my core, because I know it was somebody that is responsible for that oversight and they failed. And so far, the government of Nigeria, be it state, be it federal, they have always gotten away with pulling down buildings when they failed to do their oversight. Like here in Germany, where it is not like any place that is a protected area, that is an area that is mapped out for any special purpose, you don't get access to it. Like the people that their job is to make sure that nobody goes there. That's their job. Every day they are patrolling around there, making sure nothing is going on. So that even if you are encroaching that area, no matter how big that area is, even though once you are encroaching it, you cannot you cannot go and get, even if you go and get approval in a dubious way, and then you end up building that house, like you, from the day you started to the day you finish, that nobody, no government agencies try to stop. And I feel like it is so unfair, because those people, if you say that they bribed their way, who are the people they bribed? Government officials, people who are having office in inland revenue, in surveyor department. What is the consequences for those people, right? So I think that the National Assembly, people needs to take it on. The problem I see with the way this is being handled is because it's being seen as the target to one ethnic group, or to Ndigbo. But I don't want you people to see it as a target of Ndigbo. Unfortunately, it happened that most of those buildings happen to be built by Ndigbo. So as an Igbo person going forward, if you are buying any piece of land and you see that everywhere around that place is only Igbo people that are buying it, check again, ask question, wonder what is going on. That place, what is it mapped out for, right? So I think that the main issue is it doesn't happen only in for against Igbo people. I've seen situation like that in the north. There was also an estate that was brought down some time ago in Kaduna, in Abuja. I've seen all those things. The thing is, the government is failing at doing its own oversight, and it is taking out its own consequences on the people, and they should not be allowed to get away with this. If you fail at your oversight, then it is your problem. So I feel like the National Assembly, the State Assembly, they need to do a law, and there has to be consequences both ways. If you are the one that received the bribery and allow people to build where they are not supposed to be building, because obviously they have a document, they have a name on the document, that person supposed to be sacked and all his gratuity, all his pension stripped like nothing, and above was sent to jail because he didn't do his job. So it shouldn't always end on the people that fell victim. because this is a very, very, very sad thing to behold. How can you have a government? How can you have a government that appointed people to sit in offices? How can you have a government that map out an area for one purpose or the other and just lose sight of the area? And then people will take over that area, people will build on it, people will be living on it for years, and so-called government will not have anything to say and will not do anything. And then all of a sudden, they start coming and giving quick notices and telling people that they are going to pull the building down. Where were you when the building was being built? This kind of anomaly does not happen anywhere else in the world. This kind of thing, it doesn't happen anywhere in the world. So this is a wickedness and evil that is going on among Nigerians against Nigerians. Imagine if it was white people that was doing this thing against black people. The news would be all over the world. Everybody will talk about it. But we are the one doing this ourselves. Black people against black people. This is very unfair. This is very uncalled for. This is very uncalled for. You say I shouldn't pity them, but the thing is, if you're an official and you are supposed to do your job to make sure that that place remains free, it was mapped out for something, and there are people who are job is to be patrolling that place and make sure that it remains empty. How can it be that you will be there and you are for a job you are collecting salary that people build on it, years will pass, and you are collecting monthly payment, monthly salary, doing civil service on top of protecting and keeping that place free for government? I know, that's what I'm still saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the main issue is wherever it is happening, it is unfair. If it's happening in Lagos, if it's happening in Anambra, where is the government oversight? You don't get me. Like here in Germany, for example, they have areas that are protected areas. And before you will enter that place, they will tell you you don't have right to be here. And there cannot be, even if you go into that place and do anything, the highest it will take them to find out that something was going on there is 3 months, and it will come down, right? But we are talking about a place that is mapped out, a huge area of land that is mapped out for a purpose by the government. And the government is supposed to keep it in their eyes. And the government is supposed to have ways of maintaining and keeping that place, but they just abandon it and just leave it fallow, and people will just go there, take over it, and be doing anything, and there will be no government control, there will be no government oversight. And I think that this solution of pulling down buildings is not the best way to go. The best way is to make sure that people don't have access, and if they get even access, that they will never be able to finish the foundation before they are stopped. The civil servants that receive bribe should be punished. They will be sacked. They will go to jail, and they will not receive their pension or their gratuity, and that will be it, because they are causing the law not to hold. There has to be consequences all through, not just for the people that give bribe, or there are many people that will be unsuspecting. There are people that will think that they are bought land, and there are people that will be doing that agent on the back, whatever. But the people that are receiving the bribe from civil service and they are going free as if nothing happened, on top of enabling criminality, that's something that is not allowed, something that is even hazard, like building along sewage lines. And allowing something like that is causing, for example, it can cause flooding all over the city. It can destroy life. So those people are culpable. Those civil servants, they're supposed to be sacked. They're supposed to be prosecuted, and all their gratuity is stripped from them. So the consequences needs to go also to those people who are supposed to be responsible. So that's the thing. Who sold the land? They are selling the land on behalf of the state. And the state has the people that the state put in place to say this place is secured, is mapped out for so purpose. They are the ones selling the land. So how can it be that the only solution that the government has is to pull down building when it takes years to build foundation, to do this, to build it? At least I've never seen a house that they will build under 3 months, under 1 year. It takes years, and all these things, nobody talks anything, nobody says anything. They continue to sell and sell and sell. This is madness. This is really absolute mindlessness, and this is not done anywhere else in the world. And it hurts me to see this. So I feel like what has happened, but going forward, before you buy land, check very well, check again and check again before you build. Maybe if there's a way, like, the thing is, the corruption is so high, like there's actually no guarantee. It doesn't matter what you do, honestly. It doesn't even matter where. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even happen. It's not that it doesn't happen in the Southeast. In the Southeast, they can even sell one piece of land to 10 people. You understand? So it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. Don't come here and talk that kind of talk here. Don't come here and talk that kind of talk. So if nobody's dragging Lagos. Nobody's dragging Lagos, you know. Exactly. Government also like, imagine, like, the building, you say, okay, that place is not supposed to be built upon, and then you will also collect approval. They will go through all these processes thinking it is a genuine process. This is a failure from government, and the National Assembly needs to make a law about this. So the problem is, they are talking about it like it's just anti-Igbo something. No, it's not necessarily anti-Igbo, but it is something that the federal government needs to make regulation about. Yeah, but who is to blame? If you are a civil servant and you allow yourself to be bribed, why is the victim being the one punished and the civil servant not getting any punishment? Yeah, so the civil servant supposed to also get punishment. That's the issue. The civil servant supposed, this is a failure on the side of government, honestly. Like, it doesn't matter how you want to spin it. Like, this is a complete failure. If it's any state this is happening, this is a complete failure. And the civil servant, the people working for the state, the people whose position it is, the people that are collecting salary to protect, to look after, to give all those permits, the people that gave those permits, they are the ones that are culpable. They are the ones that are culpable, and they are the ones that are supposed to be dealt with. So you don't just pull down building and then the same cycle continue to repeat itself. It is bad, because when we see abroad, we are complaining of racism and all these things, and then at home, look at what is going on. Yeah, so they have all the relevant document, but on the document, is the name of the person not written? Is the name of the person that signed the document not written? Because it could be a starting point, like, okay, who signed the document, who authorized it? It could be something also. So because so many things is going on in this situation, like, you have to be thinking of the impact of what you are doing. And as long as people in government are not getting any punishment, this nonsense will continue to go on, because you are the one that is in government. You are supposed to do your work and protect the people, okay, imagine that place is sewage. It's supposed to prevent flooding, and then you are sitting down, you are not doing your job, and people are building there, and then there is rain raining and flooding, and there's no way for water to pass. Why? Because you failed in your duty and people are built there. So the blame is not only on the victims, on the people. Well, it doesn't matter whether they bribed. Why were you able to allow yourself to be bribed when you are supposed to protect the you know, the land, the states, you know, to give that protection, to secure that piece of land? You understand me? So this is a complete failure, because, for example, here there are places that you cannot go in, because if they mark it out and say it is protected, you can't even get the permit to begin with, and no, you can't bribe anybody to get access to it. And then once you get access to it, any officer on patrol, they will come in there and they will stop you. You understand me? But the thing is, Nigerian people, we like to look away or not feel empathy as long as it's not happening to us. Like, we want to, like, oh, is their problem, you know? You don't know when it's going to be your turn, because there are people that think they have all the legitimate documents, you know, and they will go to all the offices and not know that everybody at every point that they are running a confirmed scam, you know. My sister says sometimes Nigerians deliberately buy and build on non-restricted areas. In my area in Edo State, people build under high power tension, knowing fully where the buildings will not stand. The thing is not people building, it's the people being able to build. That's my point. The people being able to build. You have your duty to be an officer to protect that place, because it is supposed not to be accessible to the public. So how is it, like, you understand, when someone is building something on the high tension, how is that possible? How do you even allow such a thing to happen? You know, it's like when someone is breaking into a government office, breaking into a school. How can you allow something like that to happen? You know, it shouldn't even happen in the first place. That's my argument. Yeah. It shouldn't even happen in the first place. There's a video I saw where one man, he was complaining about what happened in Ireland. You know, there was a crisis in Ireland. I don't really like, in that video the man was explaining that they were out targeting people with black people, you know, and that the police said they have never seen that kind of wahala before. um the I'm thinking I have that video. I wanted to share that video with you guys, you know. And yeah, there's also another video I shared with you guys, video of people who japa to who japa to Canada, and you know, it's no longer as they thought over there. I think I will look for that video now and share with you guys the video of what is going on in Ireland. And you know, because when we are talking about what white people are doing, you know, what is happening in there, and we are doing the same thing to ourselves, you understand me? It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. That's my argument, basically. Yeah, I think I can't find that video right now. Maybe I will share it later on. But for now, let me share the video of some of our brothers that went to Canada. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're right here at the shelter in Mississauga. And, all right, this is exactly the spot where a young man from Nigeria died last week, Wednesday.
So, so in this part of the video, I just want to share this video. I think this is trending or something like that, but someone sent it to me. So what you are seeing here is a tent, and a tent like this is something like they build it. It will be like your room, you know. It's just like, you know, makeshift. So people will just go inside there, and it's normally like plastic, or it's like rubber, you know, like nylon, thick nylon, something like that. So they will just go inside there, and sometimes supposed not to pass through it. So they will just be sleeping there. But it's very cold in Canada, and so people are sleeping inside of this kind of a thing. Even one Nigerian guy died inside that place. So I just want to play this video again so that you will see some of the people that went to Canada that they are not having it easy.
Now you see the tents they were living in, you can see it all the way down there, and you just begin to imagine how are people expected to survive in this horrible condition with the current state of the weather. With the cold out here, I can tell you, we can't even, some of us can't even stand 30 minutes outside of this cold, but yet human beings like you and I are living on these tents in these horrible conditions. I think it's about time that the African community come together and make our voices heard about this situation. It's about time. I'm here. Yes, this is Pastor O.J. Agobo. Yes, can you say something, man of God? Yes.
Unfortunately, it's disheartening to see human being living under this condition. This is what we'll be advocating for us in the sermon. And unfortunately, here we try to prevent it happen, that somebody lost his life out here. And now we're calling on the federal government to facilitate the process. They did make a commitment to release some funding to assist the province to provide temporary accommodation for these individuals. And we don't know what has been done till now. We will be following up with the federal government, with the provincial government, and the city mayors to see what has been done, what is being done to address this situation. This is not Canadian. This is new to me. This is unacceptable for human beings. Please, or we call it all Africans, all the black communities will come out. This is a fight we must all join hands to fight, to advocate for. This is a treatment to our community.
So these are the people that went to Canada to look for greener pastures, no?
For Afghanistan.
Thank you. Yeah, so ladies and this is just some, as bad as it is already, you know that it's going to get worse. The snows are not yet here. And I'm just trying to imagine how are these guys going to survive in these tents when the snow eventually comes. Ladies and gentlemen, no one, I still repeat, no one should be made to live under these inhumane conditions, regardless of the circumstances that brought them here. No one at all. And we must, as a community, lend our voices and make the government find a permanent solution to this crisis. We must. Duty calls on us, people. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
You know why I'm showing this? I'm showing it because a lot of people, because of the situation in Nigeria, a lot of people think, when you just go abroad, or everything will just set. You understand? I'm just trying to show this video to let you know that maybe it's even better for people not to migrate in winter. Like if you want to sakpa, or what they call jakpa, you shouldn't go during winter time. Maybe you should try to go before it gets cold, in the summer months, so that you have some time. But I don't even know how they said the job market in Canada is very tough. So it's not easy for you to get a good job or something like that. I don't really know the situation in Canada, but obviously it's not really looking good.
Canada. So while in Brandon, Canada, I visited one of the numerous shelters across Canada for asylum seekers. This is just one of the many in Brampton. And here we met with some of the asylum seekers here, young, vibrant Nigerians. We counsel them and we give them some items. Mr. Wali Rabiu, owner of Great Matlock Bakery, give loads and loads of very delicious agege bread. Pastor Vivian, who runs a food bank, goes regularly to give them free food. And we counsel them, and hopefully we pray and hope that they will get out of this situation. It really is not quite a pleasant sight to behold.
Now what?
And we thank the Nigerians who have been supporting them.
Thank you for
Now wow. It's not be small thing.
And we just got good news to our brothers. We've been working behind the scenes, though we're not on camera all the time, but that's fine.
Can you imagine you sold your land, you sold everything to go to Canada and somebody to dash you bread?
I had a meeting yesterday with the field board. The field was they were doing the budget, and Mayor Brown has promised us that by next week, fingers and toes crossed, we should have about 800 beds that will become available, so they will be able to be sitting somewhere else and be.
You need to endure. You don't have any expectation. The only expectation you should have is God at this point in time. Your case is in God's hands, all of them. Okay? And as much as you can, in the process of trying to get your papers, don't be fix Nigeria back.
But the thing is, I hope you get out of this. But for the next person planning to do this, it's not important.
So while
So,
in Birmingham, Canada,
you know,
I
the
visited.
thing is, the problem is our people are the one also duping our people. So they will come and lie to them and tell them that Canada is this, Canada is the best thing that happened to woman race. Canada is this, just give you 2 weeks visa. Then with that 2 weeks visa, you will just go there, you will change it to work visa. You understand? They will just lie to them like that, and then they will go and sell their property, sell their land, sell everything. They will go and use it to get a 2 weeks visa. And when you use 2 weeks visa to get to Canada, 2 weeks is nothing. You can't do anything with it. And then you're already stranded. I'm giving an example, you know. I'm giving an example. They do it to people also they give them 2 weeks visa to Dubai, Saudi Arabia, UAE, all these things, you know, taking advantage of their own brothers. And then they will go there and get stranded. These are people who may be doing relatively well. Maybe if they know they could plan better, if they know they could have done something different, you know, but because they lie to them, they'll tell them, oh, it's nothing. Just give me how many billion, give me how many million, everything is fine. And then you think that once you get to Canada, everything will be fine. And then when you go there, you go chop aduro. Now there yourself start before you go feel come up for inside that situation, you know. And then you can't walk, you can't travel, you are just kind of, you know, in an open prison. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in a time like this. So this is the reality for people who are in some of the people who find themselves in this situation, and they can't have an apartment. Which money do you don't, you know, for you to have an apartment, you have to have a job, and you have to be able to prove that you can pay the rent. So you don't even have a job, you don't have a document. How can you get a house? So you see that the whole thing is complicated. Oluchi, I greet you. Good evening. You know, so the whole thing is just complicated like that. So my people, mona look well, make una shine on our eye. So, you know, like I was talking about this demolition of building. This is people that are demolishing other people's lives because they don't care. They only care about the gain that they will gain in that moment, you know. So in this case, you have to be looking out for yourself. If someone tell you that you just go, I will change the visa for you. Now, lie you will end up on the street. Let me show you the other video for those of you that are joining now. The other video, they end up on 10 cities. On 10 cities. I'm telling you, they end up on 10 cities. Let me show you the video. They end up on 10 cities. Huh? On beautiful picture. Yeah, it's beautiful, but they didn't build the beautiful road for you. That's the standard that they, you know, they built for themselves. So if you are coming for you to get an apartment, you can see even like across this field, you can see big houses. Let me see, I think I saw across the field where this tent city is now, you know, I saw buildings far ahead. You see that block of building? You see that block of building there? Let me show you around here. I will show you just now. Here, you can see. And here, there are also some buildings in front of this place that they are, but they are not going to say, come inside, come inside. No, because you have to have your documents, you have to have a job, you have to prove, you have to pay be able to pay your bills. And which bill you want to pay when you don't have, and again, you are code. Do you know this code when you arrive newly? That code, it be like they enter your bone. Like you will ask yourself questions, say, wait here, like, how did you end up here? So this is the situation most people are passing through. And one Nigerian guy now inside that code now as he did there now, in heart stop to the beat. He don't buy, he don't give up because the code is too much. Why? Because they didn't they lied to them. They lied to them. Canada, this, Canada, come to Canada, Canada is giving visa. Not like this. So just the easiest one is your visiting visa. And I am sure that it's people who go with visiting visa that will end up in this situation. Because if you went as a student, at least I believe the university will not just leave you like that. This is my belief, or correct me if I'm wrong. And if you go for a walk, like you have the permit already, at least at all, you will be able to be walking and be, even if it is sharing one room or something, you will be able to be doing that. But if you go with visiting visa that you expect to convert to work to, or to convert to any other thing, it's not going to be possible, because if you have 2 weeks visa or 1 month visa, how are you going to do it? The time is too short. You are not going to be able to achieve it. And then because of the story of Nigerian people not being faithful to people that try to help them, it's very hard for someone that is already legalized in Canada to take in a Nigerian. Like I saw a story that was trending. One guy, he said he was helping his guy, and when he went to work, that one brought him woman inside his house, something like that. So people have been so ungrateful and so mean to each other that you know even as much as you want to help, you will just say, I beg go make a ogome bukwalam, Ogome Bukalam. If not because of that, there are many Nigerians that already have house that may even give a room. But now that room you will give, you will go and cause problem that you will regret for the rest of your life. So that's it. Because of that, it's very hard for anybody to say, come and take somebody into their house, because you don't want to go and carry problem that you did not bargain for. Many people don't are having that ungrateful spirit, and they will take advantage, they will trivialize it, they will not appreciate what you have done for them, right? So many people have decided that if they hear they are running, nobody wants to take that chance at all, except it's their family member, you know, except it's their family member. So what they can do now is, maybe if they can get them together to maybe the Nigerian community in Canada, if they can contribute money and say, okay, let them use it to rent an apartment or two. But who is going to rent them that apartment where they know that unknown people? Because they want their apartment to be maintained. They want the one person's name or two to be on the lease, so that they will know who they will hold accountable. You cannot just leave it like, so that people will rush inside. So it's a very difficult situation, and it's cold now. How are they going to do it? So when you are hearing sakpa, japa, 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 think about it. Make plans before you leave. Make sure you have a job. Make sure you have at least a family member that you are in good terms with, or that last you can stay in their house. If not, if you get there and the situation is looking like this, sometimes it's better for you to come back immediately, because when you start waiting and hoping, na there wahala start. From there, you don homeless. So then the shame, this thing will be increasing. It's better the earlier you went, the sooner you should come back. And that's why it's advisable, when you want to jackpot and leave Nigeria, don't sell all your property. Don't do as if you know what holds in the other side. Leave a small back door open. Leave something, just in case, so that you have something to fall back on. Yeah. Our sisters say low black esteem is buying black people. Let's develop our own land. Despite that, I am a Yoruba. 50% of our family in Lagos. Yes, yet I refuse to start my business in Lagos from America. I went straight to my town in Osun State when I started my health and care business. Lagos is too congested. Also, running to the wide countries cannot solve all our problems. Yeah. I get your point, but sometimes, when it's a free world, when someone have that desire, let that person go and experience it. Good evening, Henry. Let that person go and experience it. So it's not in the hands of the ordinary people, it's in the hands of the government. And in a way, the government is made up of the people. So what I see in the government, I don't see that they even understand what governance is all about. Like, I don't understand. For example, President Tinubu came to Germany here just last week, and they signed a memorandum to supply crude oil to Germany, right? So that Nigeria will be supplying crude oil to Germany. And in exchange, Germany was going to be enabling green energy factories or something like that, something with green energy. So, like, I'm thinking about it, like, okay, interesting. So you have green energy, and if it was so profitable for you, like, you wouldn't need crude oil, right? So it's so, I'm just wondering, like, we have it all. We have the green energy. What is green energy? We have the sun. Like, in northern part of Nigeria, we have heavy sun non-stop. So what stops us from using solar energy for what's come to the worst? Let's assume we don't have wind, but we have sun. We have sun energy. Like, why can't we harness it? So, if we have crude oil also, like, is it not a shame? Like, we have crude oil, but we can't even refine it. We have to take it to another place, sell it as crude, and they will refine it and go and import it. So it shows a complete sign of that we don't even know what we are doing. So, and everybody sees it, so that we are not ready. We are just not ready. We don't understand what it means to govern yet. So it is what it is. So why this is how it is today, a lot of people will want to travel out. You understand? A lot of people will want. Good evening to a lot of people would like to travel out. So yeah, why not? Everybody can make their own experience. Like my sister Emily, at least you have also made your own experience in the US, right? So sometimes, if you're coming from a low background, sometimes going abroad gives you that exposure, that edge that you may not have, or you may not understand, or you may not have achieved if you were back home. And sometimes, like, if you have some kind of health issues, you will not be able to deal with it successfully, with your low income or something like that. So there's advantage and disadvantage in everything. I believe that people who are doing well, who are really rich, there's nothing they want to, they can be coming and going, but they cannot come and live this slaving life, working 9 to 5, slugging it out daily. There will be no need for that for them. Yeah. He said the solar panels are built abroad. The solar system is expensive. Okay. Yeah, but like, everything they need to make those solar panel, we have it in Nigeria now, or don't we? Chukwebuka, don't we have all the materials, mineral resources that is needed to build that solar panel? And we have universities, we have institutions. So what are they there for? Right? So it just shows that, like, if you go to universities, what are they doing there? You know, well, what innovations have they brought to solve the problems of Africa? You know, nothing. So they are not doing anything to solve the problem of Africa. Whereas every day, the since our lifetime, we have seen so many changes, and we are not part of that changes. And those of us who are participating in it, we have to come abroad. Most of the time, people who have contributed in all the changes have to be doing it in abroad, right? But or if anybody starts something, it will be taken out immediately, and it will be seen as a good opportunity. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't see that they know what they are doing. Nigeria supplying Germany gas, but Nigeria doesn't supply gas now. Maybe they are burning the gas. Is that not what is polluting Port Harcourt? That the air is black and the, soot is falling from the sky like rain. Some modular refineries are working already, and Port Harcourt refinery is starting this December. Dangote is starting this December. I don't know, I thought Dangote started last year. I think I celebrated it even that Dangote refinery have started. Was it not inaugurated last year? Some modular refineries are working already, so that they are already refining fuel in Nigeria. So I'm thinking, if they are refining fuel in Nigeria, so the prices should come down then. Is it because when you are saying potential is still futuristic, are they harnessing it earnestly, like it's ongoing right now, that they are harnessing the gas and parceling it somewhere and ready to be shipped, or is still a potential? It's two different things, because if something has a potential, yeah, the potential is always there. Yes to the potential, or yes that they're already collecting the gas. Yeah, so I'm having a conversation with our brother here, Chukwebuka. Yeah, so the thing is, I don't tire for waiting that they hear say government want to, government want to. I want to they see it on the street, like I really wish that things can move beyond rhetoric, because I feel like there's just too much rhetoric. There's just too much rhetoric, and I feel like we shouldn't just be happy to clap at the rhetoric. We should really, really yearn to see action on ground. It's okay, they are already collecting the gas. Okay. You know why I'm saying this? Because I understand that in Europe, or is it in America, when they are saying gas, they're actually saying petrol. When they're saying gas, they are actually saying petrol. Like when they say my gas, they are always actually saying petrol. So um so now when you hear gas, it may not just mean gas to cook, can also mean petrol for the car. So that's why I'm thinking that it was crude oil that they wanted to take from Nigeria, because that's what they were getting from Russia before Russia closed the tap, right? It was about a year ago that Russia closed the tap, so it was that crude oil. So, and they need that crude oil. I really believe that it's crude oil, but I will check. Our brother said it's a natural gas. We will see. We will see. Yeah. So yeah, they are coming to take natural gas, and they want to give us a solar panels or solar factory on enable green energy, something like that. Well, we will see how the partnership will work, but it kind of sounded funny to me, like, okay, if you had green energy is supposed to have solved your energy problems anyway, so it's not solving your energy problem. So, and I've got the natural gas, which is supposed to come to you now as a solution, and I have it in abundance. So naturally, I shouldn't need your green energy because I've got the natural gas in abundance. I've got the crude oil, petrol that I can convert to all petroleum products. So I've got it in abundance. So I wouldn't, logically, it would mean that I wouldn't need green energy, right? But like that is actually used as a trade was surprising for me. Yeah, but what do I know? Yeah. Yeah, so I just feel like if I'm taking it in my own way, it feels like like sure you didn't whine me, and like like I get everything where I go to do the energy. Solar for rural areas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That if we know what we are doing, if our government know what they are doing, like Nigeria have everything in abundance, they don't need anything to trade in that direction. Are you getting me? Like if Nigeria government know what they are doing, you don't have to go. Like it should be all you are selling. It's not about anybody doing any exchange with you. So Germany will pay full for that gas that they are getting, not in exchange for anything, because you've got it all. So all you need, you are in a position to sell and get all your money and get all your value. Nobody is gonna say, okay, I'll give you this in exchange for the like, share you the wine mini, because what you want to give me, I have it. I supposed to have it in abundance. Are you getting my point? Yeah. Yeah, we have it in abundance in our rural area. We have green energy, we have natural energy, we have a crude we have it. So they thought it was a solution, but it wasn't, not able to do anything. So yeah, it didn't work for them. It couldn't solve the energy problem for them. So it's not a solution for them. So why should it be an exchange for us? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A business partnership is also an exchange, because when I'm partnering with you, it means give and take, right? That's what partnership means. It's give and take. When I'm partnering with you, say I want to partner with you in this place, so all you give and take in a partnership. So there's nothing. It's supposed to be my products, your money for grant. Like you can say, okay, you pay in this kind, you pay in other kind, but nobody say you come dey say you want to give me solar energy or anything. We can build solar panels and put them in the villages. What else? We can build it and put them in rural areas, because we have it. We have what it takes. Like if that is like we have it, we have the potential is there, like the resource is there. All it needs is someone that has know-how, that has the understanding, that can govern. We have people, elite that are responsible, basically, not just the president, but all the people in the elite institutions, like in universities, the people in all these parastatals that are running all these institutions for the government. So what are they doing there? That's the funny thing. What are you doing in your office? You're just there sharing money. You are not doing anything. That's why we are talking about, bringing. We have all the metal in abundance. We're supposed to be able to produce all the panels, everything we need. Even if we are talking about wind, we're supposed to be able to produce windmills. I get it. I get it. It's not about reading the MOU. That I'm talking the facts of it. The facts of it is that we want to partner with Germany for something that we're supposed to already have. But because we don't know our place, like our sister said, that's why we are doing that kind of partnership. There's nothing wrong in partnering. Yeah, because it's being imported. Our brother said it's being imported. That's why it's expensive. Yeah, but we can produce it in Nigeria if we know what we are doing. That's what I'm still saying. Like we don't have home solution, and everybody sees that. Even though we have the potential in every area, we could, but we don't have it. So that's why we have to receive. We have to receive. We have to receive the things we're supposed to be able to have. We are receiving them. You know, the things that we are supposed to have, we are receiving. So ultimately nobody have respect for us because we're supposed to be having it all. We have the human resource, we have the natural resource. What is happening? We are still the poorest, you know. Yeah, so I just hope that like me, I always hope for something to continue to gradually change and get better. you know I don't want any kind of katakata. I just really hope for the best. And my next video I will talk about the Yuletide is coming, and a lot of people are expecting so much from their relatives, that they said they should help them, or help them in one way or the other. That times are hard for everyone all over the world. It doesn't matter where the person is. Even your relatives that are in Nigeria, in Lagos, in other parts of Nigeria, or those ones in abroad, like, this has been a very difficult year. So that everybody should try to do some responsible spending, because it's not easy in this year. This year was really, really, really something else. So there's high inflation, not only in Nigeria, but all over the world. And, like people who have less tend to make even poor choices, thereby compounding their problems. So yeah, I want to talk about that in a little bit, because I saw a video that Mikel Obi shared about people expecting you to give and give and give and give. I think it's an interesting topic, especially in this Yuletide. Okay. Our brother said that those factories to be built in Nigeria instead of importation of those solar panels and so on. Okay. Okay, we shall see. Yeah. So my people, I want to appreciate every one of you. I didn't even expect that I would stay long, and I've already stayed so long. So thank you so much for being a part of the program. Share the video. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. We learn new things every day, and yeah, everything is for the better and not to make it worse. Yeah, I really hope that the Nigerian government will find another way of correcting and stopping the buildings on mapped out areas instead of demolishing the buildings. I think they need to take a proactive approach regardless of who is at fault, because at the end of the day it's really telling very badly on us as Africans and what we are doing to ourselves. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for being a part of this program, and I wish that you have a good start in the new week. Wishing you all blessings of God Almighty and good health in this period also. Thank you so much. Yeah, law is a respecter of no man, but who is keeping the law? Is it the official that is taking bribe? Is also not keeping the law, right? The official that is taking bribe and not doing his job, enabling people to take access of a place that they shouldn't, is also not taking, not. So I believe that if those officials were not bribed and giving them those kind of documents that ends up being useless, they wouldn't even have that audacity, right? So I think the bulk of the blame goes to the officials that enable them. They are Labour Party people, this is. We are not talking about Labour Party or anything like that. These demolitions have been going on even before this present administration. So it's something that normally happens in Nigeria from time to time. They will demolish some region. From time to time, they will demolish. So what I'm saying is the government should create an office that their job is to have an oversight and have it in their vision every part of the state that is not supposed to be taking access, that is mapped out for one purpose or the other. That's what I'm just saying. I'm not saying that government should not do their work, or that the law should not take a course. I'm just saying that prevention is better than cure. Being proactive, preventing it is much, much better and saner, makes more sense than destruction. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, my people. Good night.